Hey everybody, this is your tropical forecast on currently Hurricane Helene. Only recording this the night of Wednesday, September 25th. Here we got Hurricane Helene entering, which has been in the Gulf of Mexico for the past few hours. Here we have a currently healthy system, which is expected to intensify into a major hurricane as it makes landfall in the next 24 hours. Looking at our steering, here we have currently Category 1 Hurricane Helene. Right now, you see we have this low pressure system in the southeastern United States. We have this high pressure system off the Atlantic coast. Now, what's going to happen is Helene is going to travel in between these two, making landfall most likely somewhere in the Big Bend area of Florida. Here, looking at our ensemble tracks, you can see most of them are agreeing that Hurricane Helene will enter the Big Bend area of Florida, impacting there within the next 24 hours, Thursday evening to early night hours. Here you see the National Hurricane Center also showing the same thing, expecting Helene to impact the Big Bend area of Florida. We now have hurricane warnings across the Big Bend area of Florida, and evacuations are happening. You see the National Hurricane Center is expecting Helene to impact as a major hurricane of a Category 3 at least. You see we have very hot sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, which is the path that Helene is going to take as it moves in the next 24 hours. And the three other things contributing to Hurricane Helene's expected rapid intensification is that we have a very low sheared environment over the Gulf of Mexico. Helene is expected to stay in this moisture pocket as it makes its way across the Gulf of Mexico and staying in this moisture pocket the whole way through. And that low pressure trough that I mentioned earlier over the southern United States is going to providing enough ventilation for this storm, which is going to let the storm essentially breathe and become stronger. Now, the National Hurricane Center has it impacting as a Category 3, but we see as it approaches the Florida coast, we see areas of Florida, we see areas of the western Florida coastline experiencing tropical storm winds, and we see some high resolution models have Helene impact as a Category 4 storm in the Florida Big Bend. Here, looking at the tropical storm force wind graphics, we see major wind impacting the Big Bend, but also because it's going to be riding along the coastline, we see tropical storm force winds extending down the western coastline. Catastrophic 15 to 20 storm surge waves are expected to be impacting the Big Bend. Areas of Tampa Bay are expected to also have up to 9-foot storm surge waves. Because of that low pressure system in the southeastern United States, Helene is expected to be moving very quickly as it enters the Florida Big Bend area, and it's going to be still strong enough to provide tropical storm force winds up into Georgia. That fast movement is also going to be giving the chances of flash flooding occurring as far inland as Kentucky and North Carolina, but areas of the Big Bend, especially the Tallahassee metro, is expected to be a high risk of flash flooding. As always with any tropical storm, you have these outer bands also giving the chance, looking at these soundings, given the high instability and highly sheared environment, we also have the risk for tornadoes. So the Storm Prediction Center has outlined areas for Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas for this tornado risk. So to wrap it up, Helene is expected to be a major, possibly catastrophic hurricane as it makes its way towards the Big Bend, providing big risks for flash flooding, tornadoes along the coast, and more flash flooding even inland as far as Georgia and the Carolinas and Kentucky.